Plump Goops Podcast.
Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes.
Going?
I don't know. I just have to eyeball it. Welcome back, everyone, to Hot Takes, High Stakes, the show where we have hot takes and we talk about them. There was a dog that just barked. Hopefully you couldn't hear it. There might be some noise in my recording today, boys. But that won't really matter because we have probably the best audio quality we've ever had on this show. Hopefully, if everything goes right. Ronak,
that's right.
Yeah. It'd be great if we could keep a little distance from the mics, but you know, Ronak is recording on a mic, a newly acquired mic, right?
It's called 5 Fiend, and it cost me 5 feet.
You're a fife fiend. Isn't a fife an instrument?
It was cheap though. Yeah, a fife and dream. I don't know what I was going with that.
You're just a man with a fife and a dream.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, this was only cost me like $46, $45
really?
on Amazon. It was cheap.
So if it sounds good, maybe I'll get one of those bad boys because this mic is really not for podcasting. It's just for like it's a shotgun mic. It's for like boom ops. So
it's got that spread.
And then Woolsey, obviously the music man, the album boy. He has his mic.
It's my girlfriend's mic. It's Paris's mic.
Oh, the voice of the podcast, as we like to call Paris.
Yeah, we might have to revamp that theme.
Why? I
don't know. I think we could just use a little freshening up.
Whoa, a remix.
A little mixing and mastering.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's throw it. Let's do a Mountain Men video. That's a challenge, and the loser of the challenge has to do a rap in the middle of the high stakes.
Just on the outro, so that no one actually has to listen to it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool little remix. But yeah, here we are. This is the episode.
Oh,
4.
I've.
What?
Oh no! Explain it first. I've seen news.
Okay, we'll get to Ronak's news later.
I'm getting engaged.
Whoa, you didn't wait. Ronak's getting engaged to the game, to the podcasting game.
Yeah.
Married to the game. This is the episode that's going to go out on... Does anyone, off the top of your head, does anyone want to just guess?
Did that go how you wanted, Ronak?
No, it didn't. But I do have actual news. That was the joke. That was just my fake news. But no, I was like just like throwing that fake news out there to deceive you guys, but I do have real news.
Okay. Didn't fool any of us.
Okay.
We'll get there. Does anyone want to guess what day this podcast will go out? Off the top of your head, you have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ronak, guess.
Monday.
Wednesday.
No, like the date. The number day. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
It's in
23.
What do you say, Ron?
I'll 22.
Okay, I honestly don't know, so let's see.
Well,
I feel like I think it's 23.
Your only rule was to not look it up.
I also think Woolsey just guessed, or Woolsey looked. I also feel like Woolsey looked it up.
No, I saw that today was the 18th, and then I made an educated guess.
Okay, yeah, it was either 4 or 5. It was somewhere out there. But Woolsey is correct.
Yeah.
So congrats, I guess. Like nothing.
What? Like, why did you bring this up? What was the purpose? Because I was just saying, because I do have news that's like important.
Yeah, right. Well, I had started saying this, and then you're like, "Wait, I have news." Then you're like, "No, you finish." So
yeah, because I thought you had something important to say. This was,
and then you said
you're just intro rambling. It's just filling up space. We have to get to like around 45 minutes.
Yeah, but I have intro rambling. That's good. It's like good content.
Well, then
I was
go.
just like, okay, fine. Jesus.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
I kind of wanted to take a survey because I almost had a hot take, but it just wasn't hot enough for this pod. Mm-hmm. So now it's turned more of like a warm up question.
Okay, yeah. Let's hear it.
And we can wait on Ronak's news.
Yeah. So, also, I still have news.
We can push Ronak's
anyway,
news back.
you can go ahead.
This sounds pretty
But cool. I think just like a little warm up, like right now, feels like a good time.
Yeah. This is. I don't think we were. You're not interrupting anything important or anything.
I hope that I haven't already said it on the pod. That's always a fear of mine because I'm
That's
on.
happened to me. That's happened to me, where a take has already been said on the pod,
Yes.
and I was ridiculed.
Ultimate shame.
Yeah.
I don't want Ronak's fate.
Ultimately, if you say a take that's already been said, you get one hottest take subtracted from your leaderboard.
Oh gosh, I only have one.
Oh, no. Please no.
Okay, so here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I haven't really thought about the phrasing of the question.
Yeah,
Nice.
man.
I still have news, by the way.
Well, hold on. Let me think about the best way to say this.
Okay, yeah.
No, we have
Well,
time. We have time.
Okay, I perfect question.
Sure.
Do you like baths?
If I'm in the right mindset, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Would
a
you,
context thing.
if you could only take a bath, say all couches are replaced with baths.
Okay.
No.
Say what about it? Would that be good?
I would be constantly
You're
wet.
asking?
My body would be pruned.
Yeah, that would be really not convenient.
What would a bath futon be? Because we have a futon in my dorm. So.
A waterbed.
Oh. No, that doesn't
But you
make
don't get wet.
An inside-out waterbed.
Oh, so it's
So it's
just
just kind of a wet like
a wet
strip
sheet of like plastic. Yeah.
Of rubber.
Just a deflated plastic.
Wait, so the question was just, do you like baths? What do you think? What's your take?
I like baths, and I feel like
Okay, yeah.
a lot. I take a lot of baths, and right now I showed up to my house without it. It didn't have a drain like plug, and so I've forged my own garbage bag drain plug. Well, it's not a garbage bag; it's a grocery bag, which somehow seems cleaner.
I know. It's
But,
still kind of janky, you know?
But yeah, it's a little rustic. But
So do you just like sitting down in taking a bath
and so my
cleaning-
greatest discovery was, yes, I found out that the middle part between, I have a what is it, like a his and her sink. There's like two sinks, and in the middle there's a cart, and I didn't realize there was a cart. I discovered it was on wheels, and so then I really wanted to watch basketball and take a bath, but I didn't want to get electrocuted.
Yes.
And so I carted over the cart, and now I watch basketball in the bath.
Okay. What's your like average bath length?
So I think a good bath is like 20 minutes. I think 30 maybe.
It's pushing it, yeah.
Paris will bathe. She literally took a bath for an hour yesterday.
I feel like if you do a bath, it has to be that long, though, right? I can't do a quick bath. It seems
It's a commitment.
The water gets cold. Like, I feel like I want constantly new, hotter and hotter water.
Yeah.
Just open the drain and then turn on the hot water.
Yeah, but then I feel really wasteful.
That is kind of the ultimate waste, yeah.
It's really, really bad.
No,
But I don't know. It wasn't, I guess I didn't really think about the stakes.
yeah.
But
The
But on
stakes
this
were high.
On this podcast, the stakes are high.
Yeah.
that's true. That's why it was a warm-up.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So I guess if we don't have anything else to talk about,
I have
the intro
news.
portion.
I have
Oh,
news.
I'm actually kind of on a time crunch, so if we just get right into
let's, Ronak, we'll
yeah.
push your news to after the first take and we'll see how we're doing time wise.
But like, you guys would think it's really funny. It's like really funny news. That's why I'm mentioning it. But
no, I
no,
believe
it's totally fine. Yeah, I get it. If you guys want to keep on,
Without telling us the news, how is it funny?
because it's like something we joked about, but then it actually happened. And that's why it's funny. It's
All
news.
right,
I get it. If you're in a time crunch, we can save it after the first take, depending on how fast it goes, But yeah,
okay. I think we can.
it's just I stress that you guys would really like this news. I think you guys would really get a kick out of it. It's just,
right. No, I believe you. I'm just worried about the timing. So let's say We'll.
Oh, are you talking about like the climate, like we're in, like the political climate? You think it would be too blue at this time, or just like the time is wrong? It's like we don't have enough time.
I don't know. You kind of have a history of being really controversial, and
No.
so I'm a
I do
little
have the
worried.
most
I'm a little
hottest
worried about
takes.
whether or not it could go in. But
I mean, you could
alas,
bleep it out, but like,
yeah, true. No, I think we can hear it. We'll just do it after.
I feel like I should just say it because now we're just talking about it. And now this is taking more time anyway, and you're already on a time crunch. Should I just say it, or if I don't know? No.
I'm willing. I'm
You guys don't
willing.
seem
I'm
really-
willing to hear it, but I'll leave it up to Woolsey if he wants to hear it after the first take or not.
I stress that this is like really good news for like you guys specifically. Like you guys would really
For me?
like to get, well, not like it doesn't benefit you, but like it would make your day a little bit.
I'm just
Right.
trying to hype it up as much as possible, so ultimately it's a disappointment.
Well, like I don't think if anything in my life has ever lived up to the hype, it's this news. It's this news.
Okay, I guess we should get to the news.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to the news.
So you guys remember? Okay, can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay, so like you guys remember the Survivor video, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And how like the whole shtick of my bit was that my car was totaled.
Yes.
Yeah. So cut to like
I think
a
you
month
already told me
later.
this news, right? You already told this to me.
Well, I just told you I got into an accident.
Right.
Turns out the cost of repair is higher than the actual value of the car, so it's totaled. My car actually got totaled.
Why is that good news?
Serves you right.
Well, you guys laughed. I said it would be good news for you guys. You
Yeah,
get
I
a kick
guess.
out of it. It's
Wow.
bad
Check-
news for me. I love that car.
Check
my
out
favorite
the
car.
check out the Mountain Men Survivor series if you want to see Ronak talk about and lie about how his car is totaled to try to get $25.
Hmm. And then I guess karma bit me in the ass and totaled my car.
That's sad though.
It is sad.
That car is is iconic.
I love it. I love it. And now all it has, it's memorialized forever as a villain in the Survivor series.
Are you gonna get a new Prius?
I don't know. I'm going to go back home in November and shop some cars.
It's time we got into the takes. We're gonna play a little game where Woolsey and Ronak, you both guess who's to my south, and then the person goes first.
What if you're at the south?
Of me, I'm not to the south of myself. There's one person who's to the south of me. Ronak, who do you think's to the south of me?
Always bet on myself, so I'll say me.
Okay, Woolsey, who do you think's to the south of me?
I'll bet on myself too.
Okay,
I
so
think I was the last person to join, so it was me.
Ronik's to the south of me.
No.
Which means that Ronak will go first. Ronak, what's your
Okay.
take?
Why the fuck do mittens exist? Why? Who created them? Who was like, let's make your hands warm, but also like, the ideal way to keep your hands warm is to just have a thumb and then like one fucking mask.
Yeah.
Like the whole benefit of being a human is that we have a hand and an opposable thumb. And
That's
let's just
it.
like, yeah, that's the whole thing. And mittens just erase that advantage. We're nothing more than dogs after.
Well, you still have an
Mittens.
opposable thumb with a mitten.
Yeah, but you can't point. You can't articulate. You can't flip people off. Dare I say?
No, that's true.
You can't put a ring on it, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Can't put a ring on a glove.
You could. It would just have to be a big old ring and a
Yeah.
thin glove. I feel like mittens probably back in the day, and I have no evidence of this, but I'll say it anyway. Mittens probably back in the day were a sign of your class,
You think mittens?
like what class you were in. I think they were for the lower class.
I think mittens
I think they were high class.
Mittens?
Yeah.
No way. No. I think gloves were high class. Are you kidding? Like the white glove, like a rich person riding around in a
Princess
horse-drawn
Diana.
carriage with like white gloves on.
What do they need gloves for? They're not.
Gold.
Gold?
They can just have
Gold!
mittens. Everyone else does everyone else does everything for them. I think that mittens are high class.
No, but
You don't have to do anything.
It costs
Mittens
more money
are for
to
bakers,
make
and they should
gloves than
stay in the
mittens.
kitchen. That's my take.
Mittens are
Whoa.
for bakers, and they should stay
Gosh.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's such like a.
It's
like
not offensive at all,
It's
but
not
it just
offensive.
sounds so
It
bad.
feels so offensive. I feel so offended. Mittens are for bakers, so like not for any other kind of cook. Just
Nope.
bakers.
Bakers exclusively use ovens, and no other. I've said this, and
wrong.
now I'm going to die on this hill.
Okay. Do you think? What do you classify as a baker? Do you think only sweet goods, or like if I like
Bread.
last night I made mac and cheese, I topped it with breadcrumbs, and I put it in the oven to bake. Am I a baker?
I'll say this:
No.
any chef can be a baker, but a baker is not a chef.
What?
You're just being so rude to bakers.
Yeah,
You're telling bakers they have to stay in the kitchen. They can't have
Bakers
another
can't use the
life.
stovetop. They can't use the stovetop. They're not allowed. They have to exclusively use the oven.
Ronak hates bakers.
Wow.
I bring the heat. What can I say?
But
Every time.
this is something I disagree
Chet
with
Baker?
so heavily.
Baker Mayfield.
I hate them all.
Yeah. This is something I disagree with, though, Ronak, because I recently started watching Great British Baking Show on Netflix. Fun show.
Good show.
And a lot of them, they got to cook their sauces on the stove.
I mean, if you need sauce to make your baked goods taste good, I don't know.
So you're,
Sauce is a crutch, is what I'm saying. They're not
You
real
can't-
bakers.
so you can't be a hybrid.
Sauce is a crutch.
Wait, what?
You can't be a hybrid. You can't be somewhere between baker and cook and chef.
No, if you are a chef, you can be both, is what he said.
Look.
Oh.
So they're all
Yeah,
chefs.
yeah.
So a chef
They're not.
can bake.
They're not real bakers. I'm saying there's a lost art of pure baking, which is just straight on all the
Food
time.
with no
Yeah.
sauce.
So you're a baker nationalist.
I'm a baker purist, actually.
Okay.
Watch your tongue.
Okay.
I'll
Wait,
stand
so
up for mittens.
Well,
I want to get back to mittens being apparently high class. I just disagree with this.
I disagree too.
Mittens cost so much less to manufacture, and probably are like
you don't need to
reason
articulate the fingers.
the reason they probably made mittens at the beginning of the day was because you didn't have to cut out the fingers, and it was easy.
But you're wrong
Have
about
mittens on your young poor children.
no, because when you think
Young poor
gloves,
children.
when you think gloves, you think of like I mean, I would think of like stonemasons and like
Stonemasons don't use gloves. Their hands have become gloves.
that's not true.
Calloused.
The calluses.
But like
Find
factories
me
and
one
like
stonemason. Find me one stonemason that wears gloves. Find
Me.
Not
one.
all stonemasons.
No.
All stonemasons
Hold
are
up close.
bakers, but stonemasons are bakers.
This take- this
No.
take is
We've
I've
had like
so
4
many
takes
times.
already.
Like blacksmiths. Blacksmiths are bakers because they bake their metal in the oven. Blacksmiths are.
But they also take it out. Like they
Ronak, is a
No, I'm
pizza
not
chef
into
a baker? Is a pizza maker a baker? I feel like
Is it-
blacksmiths are the pizza makers of the
No,
of the
a pizza maker is so like the
stonemasonry
person who chops up all the toppings is not a baker, but the person who puts it into the pizza oven is a baker.
What if you do both?
Chef.
You're a
You're a
chef.
chef.
So we're just learning that there's not a lot of bakers.
There's no
No,
anyone
like, no
who
one's
claims they're a baker is probably not. That's
Can
That's where I come
can we
from.
give you a homework assignment to find one pure baker in the world?
me. It's over. Done.
What
Never
what
used
have you
never
what have
used
you
it.
made in the last name like 3 meals that you've made in the last 7 days?
Baked chicken, baked fish, and then baked bread.
And
Did you cut any of it? Did you
Yeah,
cut it?
Nope,
didn't
I just
prepare
garnish it?
You just
well, I bought pre-cut fillets of fish,
Okay.
so I didn't cut it. So I just tossed it in, and then I just bought a straight chicken. And guess what? If you kill
like
a
a
chicken,
live chicken
no, it was already killed. I just bought a full thing and I just tossed it in.
with feathers.
Because
Or
guess what? If you kill a chicken with a knife, if you cut off its head, you're a chef. You're a chef. So
if I cut paper with scissors, am I a chef?
I mean, you're an artist at that point.
Wait, so what if I cut a human's head off? What am I?
A murderer. What are you talking about?
If I cut a human's head off and eat it, what am I?
A cannibal. I don't know. What do you?
Then why is it different to why is cutting a chicken's head off and eating it make you a chef?
Because a chicken isn't a human, and you're not murdering. You're slaughtering. Slaughtering is a difference.
So you're a slaughterer as opposed to a murderer?
Yeah, no, you're a chef as opposed to a murderer.
So slaughterers are chefs as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about a crematorium? What about someone who only works in a crematorium?
They're a baker.
Are firefighters anti-bakers?
There's a lot of yeah, I think they're just anti. Well, actually, they're pro bakers because you can't really burn anything down in an oven, can you? I guess you just leave it on. But stovetops are more dangerous. There's oil if you do oil and gas stovetops, so they're more anti-chef. They're actually pro.
You can leave the gas on.
They're pro-baker.
But
Firefighters are pro-baker, anti-chef.
Yeah. It's just really tough look for the firefighters because there's so many more chefs than bakers. They really don't have anyone in their corner.
They're niche.
Yeah.
Can we get back to the mittens?
Yeah.
Because, as I said, that there's also plenty of blue-collar, lower-class people who work with gloves. Even more so than mittens, harder jobs than mittens. Mittens are grandma taking a pie out of the oven.
Okay, that's fair now. I think mittens, though, back in the day, I said when they were originally made, they were made to be lower class than gloves.
Because mittens are kind of emasculating, they're just you have all these fingers, but you put them on. It's like handcuffs. You're not allowed to use these.
What does that have anything to do with masculinity?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like
Hey, what?
maybe that's the wrong word for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just humiliating is the right word. Not emasculating. It's more like I have these abilities, but I'm being held back by my chains, like the mittens.
You can come grab it if you want.
What is happening over there?
Now let's see this unfold.
Yeah!
Yeah, no problem. She needed the laptop charger for work.
Of course. Okay. So Ronak just made the claim that mittens are like chains.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of reductive, but I made an elegant point.
I wasn't paying attention.
Fair criticism and compliments of your own point.
I was engrossed by what was happening with the voice of our podcast.
Yeah, that's fair. But
so, what was the original take?
Why did they Why did they invent them? I don't understand the purpose. If you could have just made a glove in the first place, what was it easier? I guess it was easier to make a mitten, but
I think that was the point I was trying to make.
The risk reward is
cheap and easy. You just basically strap some cloth and a thumb over your poor child.
Yeah, the cost benefit is just it doesn't hold up. The cost is, I mean, it costs less, but the cost and the benefit is so low.
Right.
You can't articulate. You can't use your phone.
Is it possibly warmer than gloves because your fingers are together?
Probably.
Maybe. But two gloves. I guess that's.
You can double up on gloves.
Glove on glove.
Then you're basically wearing a mitten with your dexterity.
Yeah, true. They'd have to be thin gloves, and then at that point, you're just wearing one glove, basically, because you're wearing two half gloves.
2
What
mittens.
if someone asked you how many pieces of pizza you wanted, and you were too far away, and you had to hold up a number? What would you do?
Why are you wearing mittens?
I would say it.
But you were too far away. They couldn't hear you.
How did you hear them?
Then they're not going to be able
They
to
texted
tell
me.
how many
You can
fingers.
text them back. Text them back.
And
They
you have
texted-
mittens on.
Most gloves don't have the
Oh yeah, the little. That's a new invention.
thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nowadays, if you're getting at a glove, it's got to have the little things.
Yeah, the little trackers, the little.
Yeah. Should mittens just have those like all across the top, so you can just like
Mittens make
stab?
your hands just one big thumb.
Mittens could be
Exactly.
really improved if there was this is why you got to watch the video podcast. But if there was a cut right here along the mitten where you can take it off,
Oh,
Those exist. Those
fingers
exist.
there. Those exist. I'm thinking of a real thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Even more proof of the hybrid chef baker point.
what do you
True.
mean?
It's you. If you can be both a glove and a mitten, you can be both a chef and a baker. That's what I think.
I guess I'm more of a traditionalist, and that's all there is to it.
All right, that didn't really make any sense. Yeah, let's say whether or not we agree. We belabored this one a little too long. Woolsey, you want to go first?
I agree. I was more playing devil's advocate, but I just, I don't really see the point for gloves besides sentimental value of grandma or like
You mean mittens?
maybe little
You mean-
kids. What?
You
Oh
said
yeah, of
gloves,
mittens.
yeah,
of
yeah.
mittens, yeah. Like maybe like little kids wearing them in the snow is kind of a cute image, but they don't really serve a function.
Also, for snowballs, you can't get a grip on the
That's true,
snowball.
that's true.
You only throw it. It's kind of like catapult it.
Yeah.
But Ron, you're saying would you classify the oven mitt as a mitten? I kind of agree though. Why aren't there oven gloves?
Too hard to put on. That's the thing. Is like if you're going quick, you're moving around in the kitchen. You don't want to have to put on every finger. Oh no, I put one over, so now I have it's just a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, you don't even need oven mitts. You can just use like those little like square things that you can just like pick up stuff with. The pot.
True, but that's risky
Yeah.
because they could slip and then you could burn your hand that way. I don't like that.
Okay.
I like being fully covered.
Yeah. You wear like a
wrapped, if you
full
will.
you wear like a full like hazmat suit whenever you take anything
Yeah.
out of the oven.
Full made of cloth, thick
Yeah.
cloth. I think I agree. I like a mitten in the kitchen, but outside,
Yeah.
What's the point? Okay.
Oven should or mittens should stay in the kitchen.
Okay.
Keep my.
I'm
mittens.
just gonna go on record as not agreeing with that. I don't understand why yet, but I don't agree with it.
Okay, Woolsey, what's your take?
Okay, mine is pretty simple. Also, slightly concerned that I've said it before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have it revoked, but it's been too long. Ice in milk. Yes.
You've not said that before.
Ice in milk.
The take
It's
is
a
ice
go.
and milk? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I don't really drink milk. Do you, Ronak?
I drink almond milk with like cereal and stuff. But I also like cereal warm, so I don't really have any need.
You know why you don't drink milk?
Because I don't put
It
ice.
sucks. It's not cold enough. It's never cold enough.
What?
Why?
What you?
I
is your
hate cold
fridge
milk.
not
I really
cold
don't
enough?
like cold milk. That's
You
where
don't
it falls
like
in.
cold milk?
I like warm milk. I like.
Oh,
I
no.
do not think I could drink milk warm. I can barely drink it cold.
It tastes better warm. At least almond milk does.
How long did you breastfeed?
I stopped like 2 years ago.
Yeah, okay. No, it makes sense now.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think there's a way for if you're a mother who's breastfeeding, do you think there's a way for you to chill your breast milk and have it come out cold?
Don't. I might sound stupid. I feel like people do that. Not like come out cold, but like I feel like
They chill their
refrigerate
breast
them out.
milk, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think you could make that happen? Say you do cryo and then immediately after breastfeed.
I guess you could.
Do you think it would come out cold, or do you still think it would be warm? Isn't
it?
I don't know if it's warm. Breast milk must be warm, right?
I feel like it's based
Yeah,
on
it's
like your
gotta be warm.
internal body heat, not like
Yes.
your extra.
But it's got to be less warm than the rest of your internal body because it's kind of the same thing I think as
Yeah, it comes out at like 90.
scrotum, where
Yes.
like it's separated from the body.
Yeah, it's a little colder. Dude, I mean, none of us remember. Breast milk could be freezing, and
Yeah,
we
it could
wouldn't
be.
know.
I guess.
Obviously, Ron. I guess.
I mean, Ronak would have the best idea
Yeah.
2 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah.
but who remembers things from 2 years ago? Not me.
Yeah.
Apparently, like buying breast milk is a thing though. Like people like sell it.
Facebook
Like-
Marketplace.
Not a market, not just like individuals though. Like it's like there's like companies based around
Whoa.
selling breast milk, and it
Dude, I'm
seems
gonna-
strange. It
I'm gonna
seems really
start-
strange.
I'm gonna start like a WeWork kind of style business.
We Milk?
but- yeah, it's called We Milk, and it's just a bunch of like individual cubicles for like women to come in and just pump out breast milk, and then they get a small share of the profits.
Like that's like you guys remember Mad Max Fury Road? There's like this one scene where there's like a bunch of just pumping
Yeah.
breast milk.
That's
Weird. It was weird.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie.
Oh,
You gotta
well,
see it.
that was like the most
Yeah.
important plot point. So I'm sorry.
Shit. Yeah, so I think some of the knocks on ice and milk that I've heard whenever I brought it up to other people is
Waters it down.
waters it down. Just drink your milk faster.
But it's so cold. How do you brain freeze?
It's not that cold. I'm not just
It's
do
like-
like 3 cubes.
I feel like you're just like incapable of drinking cold things. Just like a chilled glass
Yeah,
of water.
do you have
gives
sensitive
brain freeze?
teeth?
No, I don't have any teeth. It's all just
It's all
gum.
just gum.
So, yeah.
It's gum that you shaped and spray painted to look like teeth.
Yeah. My gum extends. Yeah, it's just like all this teeth you see. That's all just gum.
That's why they call you big gum.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if all your teeth were loose at the same time?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I've had so many dreams, and apparently I'm not the only one. Like I've had so many dreams of me just like
Are you a dreamer?
excuse me.
Sorry. Just keep going.
Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I mean, what the fuck?
You've had so many dreams.
Yeah,
You're not
but
the
like
only one.
where I've like pulled like I've like broken teeth in my mouth and I've like pulled them out, and it always wakes me up because I'm like I have to check and see if because I feel like it's just such a weird
Because
feeling.
that's what happened because you lost all your teeth. Because
Yeah.
that gums.
Yeah, it's just like PTSD. Yeah,
What do you
That
think?
happened. We were there.
What is what is like the psychological reason for people having dreams where their teeth fall out? Do you know?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Fear of aging.
Fear of aging.
Mm.
Yeah, fear of cavities. I don't know.
I have a fear of cavities. I'm
I've
afraid.
had it, yeah.
Cavities are scary.
I don't.
I had a
think
lot
I
of
get
cavities
chills.
in my baby teeth, but they all fell out, so it wasn't a problem.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck were we doing when we were babies? You honestly didn't even have to brush your teeth.
I honestly didn't. I used
Yeah,
to
that's
drink.
true.
My parents like really fucked up with my teeth when I was a kid because they like gave me a glass of milk before I went to bed, like after I brushed my teeth, and I was like, "That's just a terrible." In hindsight, they were like, "Yeah, that's just a terrible idea. I don't know why we did that."
Gross.
And they pumped it full of sugar too
Yeah,
and cornstarch.
just
I wish that there was like a third set of teeth that people got. You know, like you lose your baby teeth, and then at like 35, you could be like,
Like menopause.
my big boy teeth are coming in.
Menopause age.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Dude, that
your
should
midlife
honestly, let's
crisis.
even it out. Like men should just like every month they should just lose all their teeth and have
That's
new
true.
ones
That would make
grow
it
in.
fair.
That make it so fair. And that just tells you
Like,
like,
maybe
you're
that
still
might
fertile.
make it fair.
Yeah, true.
But it's just
It tells
imagine
you,
being
like,
like
I'm still
imagine being
fertile.
like 35 or like in your 40s or something, and just having like missing your front two teeth, and
That'd be
just like
sick.
walking around with like a gap tooth.
Wasn't it so cool? Like I loved the time. Like when I lost my front two teeth, I was like, I'm cool now. You know?
Really?
Yeah. At camp, there was kids. There was a
I
kid
guess
that
when
was
you're a
like,
kid.
I can't lose my teeth until I'm 5. I'll lose my teeth whenever I'm 5. And then they turned 5 and they lost their tooth.
That's crazy. Talk about having control over your body.
Well, they literally thought it's not possible till I'm 5. Same thing with the swing. This one girl couldn't swing because she wasn't 5 yet. She wasn't old enough to swing. And then on her birthday, she swung by herself for the first time.
Dude,
It's all mindset.
Talk about having like values, you know?
Yeah.
That's really sticking to your guns.
Yeah.
Maybe that tooth losing kid is proof that like if you tell yourself something about your body, you're like, this is the case with my body, then maybe your body just responds. Mind over matter.
Oh my God. Another kid bit a beanbag chair and his tooth fell out. And we were like, was this loose? Was this loose? He's like, no. And then we told the dad that we put it in a Ziploc bag or whatever.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, oh, that's his first tooth that he lost.
Because he bit a beanbag. I thought you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna say that the tooth went into like the beanbag filling, and you had to like sort through the bean. Like
not worth it.
That's a new needle in the haystack, like a baby tooth in a beanbag.
That's true.
How much money did you guys get from the Tooth Fairy? When
I think I only got like 50s.
$50?
Yeah, bills. $50
Each
bills.
time?
Jesus.
For every tooth. And then, so it was kind of an incentive-based program. So like molars and like teeth that you couldn't really see, kind of like the non-skill teeth. Those were 50. Then once you got to like the canines, the front two teeth, the money makers, it was like a tiered system.
Big. Yeah.
So like money makers were like 200, canines, and what are these ones called? Incisors.
That sounds right.
That actually sounds decent.
Yeah. So the incisors and canines were 100 each, and then the non-skill teeth were 50.
Interesting.
I got 51. With
for
a
what,
note.
For non-skill?
51 for non-skill. It was basically everything that you got plus 1.
Dude.
With a note that says you don't know it yet, but you're better than him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow! A big thing in your life just came to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You just realized, yeah.
Yeah.
The Tooth Fairy just gave me stock options, so that's all.
And any good companies, or what was it? What company?
Circuit City.
That's scammed, man.
Anything else?
It was looking good for a while.
Yeah, she also said she gave me like a low interest rate on mortgage loans, so but it was like floating rate, so it was like kind of like after 5 years the rate like triples. So it kind of like she kind of preempted the entire housing crisis.
Triples.
Yeah, she was like a shark.
That was around that time probably too.
I guess must have been like 8 or 9, so like I don't know. Yeah, so she really kind of took advantage of me, and I'm like 30,000 in the hole, but you know. And then when I exercised the Circuit City stock, I actually owed Circuit City money, so
Right.
kind of.
Okay.
Oof. Yeah, Tooth Fairy really dicked me over.
Let's talk about the ice and milk for like one more minute. I don't know. I really have no. I don't really. Thinking about it, it makes me ill. So.
I have to say,
and I'm not trying to be someone who's like, oh, you can freeze milk into your ice trays and then put it.
Whoa!
No, that's way too much work.
That sounds fun though.
No, maybe
that sounds
once.
like perfect.
No, you would. I would never do that. I don't drink milk enough. I don't really drink milk that often. But chocolate milk, I do put ice.
Throw it in cereal.
Do you put ice in your cereal milk?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Well, what's the difference?
Interesting.
It takes longer. It takes longer to consume.
Here's what I'll say: like there's kind of a double standard going on because people definitely put ice in like shakes, and that's pretty much just milk.
And iced coffee. Like,
And iced
it's so
coffee.
mind-blowing to people that to have ice and milk, it's literally all, like 99% of your coffee is like milk at Starbucks, and there's ice in it.
But to be fair, like after that ice melts, the iced coffee tastes terrible. It doesn't taste good at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whoa.
It tastes okay for a bit, as long as it's not fully melted.
yeah, I know. But like if you let it sit for like 30 minutes and then take a sip.
I drink everything super, super fast.
Oh no, I agree. I do that too. Like, I don't understand people who like leave stuff, who like take.
Oh.
I don't understand how my parents like take like an hour, or like people I know take
Yeah.
like, an hour to finish a drink. I cannot.
Buy something from
fin-
Starbucks and it's still sitting
Yeah.
out. And
I finish drinks at movies in like the first 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a compulsion almost that like if
Yeah.
I'm holding a drink, I always have to be sipping it.
Yeah.
Well, Paris has said, I don't know if this is embarrassing. She said that she can't take more than one sip. Like,
do you mean?
she physically like can't like gulp multiple times. Like, she can't chug.
Oh,
I don't know if that's like
embarrassing.
common. If that's like common or not, but like she can't just like down something. It's
No, I'm
like
with sugar.
it's like it goes into her mouth and then she swallows it, and that's all that can happen.
My girlfriend is basically the opposite. She'll like fill up a water bottle, like a big like 40-ounce hydro flask, and then she won't drink for like 2 hours, and then say, "Oh God, I'm so thirsty." Pick the whole thing up and drink the entire thing in like one sitting.
I can
And-
do that. Yeah.
And I'm like, just
That
like
seems insane.
split it up, you know.
Yeah.
I just always have a glass of water around that's like half full, and I'm constantly sipping.
You're a glass half full kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But
Alright,
it'll
well-
never be at the top.
Ronak,
No.
Ronak, I guess we can agree or disagree with this take. What are you thinking?
Well, seeing as I like warm milk, that's my preference. I have to disagree,
There you
but
go.
I do think I will say there are some double standards with shakes
Yeah.
and coffee.
We need to take a deeper dive.
Yeah,
As a
a
society.
thesis is needed.
Yeah, I mean that was an idea that I had for Hot Takes High Stakes, was that on the website we have like if I'll have like images of all of us, and if you click on our image for each episode, we like give a little blurb or like a web page about each of our takes, just like explaining it further, defending our stance.
List of our takes.
But that would be
That's funny.
That's Patreon material. That's Patreon.
No, that's true. That's
Oh.
true.
Okay, so I don't drink milk. Your iced coffee point kind of swayed me. I'll agree.
Wow, 50-50. Controversial.
Pretty hot.
Okay, my take, and it requires a little bit of explaining beforehand. My take involves what I like to call the A-plus list. So you know how you have A-list celebrities? Some A-list celebrities I'll name. Matt Damon.
That's
and
it.
That's it.
That's it.
No, like Matt Damon is an A-list celebrity. George Clooney, A-list celebrity. Jennifer Lawrence, A-list celebrity. I'm just naming actors right now, but
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, A-list. Eminem.
Really going into the 2000s here.
Eminem.
Emma Stone. Emma Stone is A-list.
Emma Stone is A-list. Eminem is A-list. I would say like Khloe Kardashian is A-list.
Oh, I guess celebrity. I was thinking of just actors. I guess.
Right. I'm thinking of celebrities. This is
Okay,
celebrities.
Okay.
The A-plus list involves people who you would like, who normally would be thought of as A-list, but exceed all things A-list. For instance, names I can think of: Beyonce, A-plus list.
Is Drake A+?
Drake,
list?
A-plus list. Oprah, A-plus list. LeBron James, A-plus list. LeBron James, by the way, the only athlete who I think is A-plus list.
The only one who's like above, like
You can make an argument for Tom Brady being A+ list.
he's the only one that's like above.
No, I think it's only LeBron.
Yeah.
You think it's only LeBron?
Yeah.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
Because Tom Brady does like
Brady went to Tampa.
he does like Tom Brady
That's
does
why.
like media stuff. Like he like shows up in advertisements for like people.
Yes.
He's like with other people. I don't know.
He's not a movie star, though.
Yeah.
But he could be. So here's my.
No,
I don't think he could be.
Could
No.
be.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm going to tell you the qualifications for an A+ list. I think an A+ list person is someone who like almost everyone on Earth knows. Not almost everyone on Earth, but like you. For instance, I think LeBron is the clearest example because you could walk up to almost anyone in America and be like, name a basketball player, and they would be able to say LeBron James.
Yeah.
But, okay.
And I think that's the and also cultural relevancy. Like there was once a time when Katy Perry would have been A+ list. Katy Perry is no longer A+ list.
Fireworks
It's a fluid
Katy
list.
Perry, Dark Horse Katy Perry was A+
Yes.
list.
California Girls Katy Perry,
Yeah,
A+
that's true.
list. Current
That's
Katy Perry, not A+ list.
She was the most followed person on Twitter for like the
Fluctuates.
longest time.
Right. Selena Gomez was once A+ list, no longer, I would say.
Is Taylor Swift A+ list?
Taylor Swift is A+ list.
Yeah.
Kanye, right? Kanye's got to be A+.
Kanye is definitely A+.
Controversial
Kim
A+,
Kardashian.
but definitely A+.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian. I would say controversy makes you more A+. Donald Trump is A+.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
that's
the
true.
president. I feel like president
Almost every president is always A+. Will always
Until-
be A+.
Yeah.
Until
Is Rihanna?
death.
Is Rihanna? I think Rihanna is A+.
I think Rihanna is the most borderline.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think my take is the most borderline, but Rihanna fluctuates. Rihanna hasn't dropped an album in so long. Once Rihanna drops an album,
She did a
Yeah.
movie with Childish Gambino,
she did.
which I think
And
might drop her down because it means she's collaborating.
well, you can collaborate.
Yeah, she had that Lemonade song.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I have a question. Before we keep going, I have a question. Is Jay-Z A+?
I think so.
No,
so?
not anymore.
He
I don't
hasn't done
think-
anything in a while.
He owns the. I feel like A+. It means you don't have to do anything. Like you're so famous, you don't have to do anything.
But, and here's my argument, the younger generation all know Beyonce. I would say that many younger generation might not know Jay-Z.
Okay.
They couldn't like name like the Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
That I mean, I guess yeah. I guess you couldn't name. I don't think any young people could name one that doesn't have Kanye in it.
Another one, and this is more international. I'm mainly talking about US A+, but I still think this person is A+ in the US. Shakira.
Yeah.
Shakira A+.
Definitely internationally.
Internationally,
Definitely, and there's no
Really?
question about it internationally. Yeah, Shakira's probably one of the most famous people in like Latin America by far.
Oh wow.
It's not even close. But I mean, she did the Super Bowl. Around
How famous
Super Bowl
is
time,
Bad
she was
Bunny?
Definitely
How famous is Bad Bunny?
Very Bad Bunny's
I'm
Really?
pretty sure he's like
A+
insanely
in-
famous.
in the
He's
Latinx
A+?
culture. Bad Bunny is A+, but not in America.
Not
like, I
globally?
wouldn't say in American culture, Bad Bunny is definitely not A+.
But I don't know. America's like pretty culture setting.
I don't know.
Are we talking?
Yeah,
is this
it
just
is,
about the world?
But like at the house that I'm at right now, Telemundo, Univision is on nonstop, and like they talk about Spanish speaking celebrities that I've never heard of, but are a huge deal.
Yeah.
So I definitely think
But like to be A+, doesn't that mean you should be like? I feel
You
like
have to be Mr. Worldwide.
you have to be Pitbull. You have to be.
Pitbull
You have to be
was at
global.
one point A+, but no, I'm talking about US A+. I think
Wait. Can we take a sidebar for a second
yes.
to talk about Pitbull and like the names of his albums?
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull this up. They're so funny.
No one's ever listened to a Pitbull album.
I know. No
I
one's
didn't even know he had albums.
Like all the way through.
So
Never happened.
it starts out pretty normal, but then he starts getting into the Mr. Worldwide, like the little thing. And the first one is called Planet Pit.
Cool.
Which is fine. The second
That's
one
not
is
really a
called
great
That's
name.
not really
If you
okay.
didn't know his name was Pitbull, Planet Pit, it's kind of tough to hear.
I would think it'd be like a grunge rock band.
Yeah.
the next one, Global Warming.
No stance. No stance. Just
Just saying.
Next one.
Okay.
Globalization.
This is
And
just like a geography textbook.
And
like
then-
all the chapters in like a geography textbook.
And then the cherry on top, his next album. Oh, and then he has a little thing where he has a little album in between called Dale, but that's fine. But the cherry on top, 2017, next album, Climate Change.
he's back.
Insane.
He's like, oh, global warming was not the right term anymore.
Right.
New album,
Yeah.
Climate Change.
Most people don't call it that anymore.
Sorry, that was my
That's crazy.
segue.
But yeah, I think at one point Pitbull would have been A+. Maybe not climate change A+. Maybe not climate change.
I think
Pitbull,
climate
but
change
like,
was the decline. Was the decline?
well, like meet me at the hotel room. Pitbull
No.
was A+. My take is that Daniel Radcliffe will always be A+.
Oh, what?
Just because he portrayed one of the most iconic fictional characters of all time.
You know what? I think I agree. Even though his career after Harry Potter has been like no big movies. I think the biggest movie he's been in was Now You See Me Too. And he wasn't even the main character.
Right.
Which I guess he doesn't have to be.
He did Broadway for a while, right?
Did he?
Yeah. I think
Big time.
he has the cachet to do whatever the fuck he wants now, which
Yeah,
he can do whatever he wants and people will.
true. I think most people like him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think since A+ list is so much about cultural relevancy, I think if you're making a fictional character A+ list, Harry Potter is near the top.
Harry Potter and
That's-
Spider-Man are probably two of the highest.
Right.
Are
But I
probably A+.
don't think I would call
And
Tom
Batman, I
Holland.
guess. Yeah.
Maybe at the peak of his Marvel career, Tom Holland could have been A+, but I don't think he is anymore.
I think
he definitely is
Infinity
A.
War was peak. He maybe could have been A+, but
Maybe.
you know.
Definitely Robert
Just the
Downey
memes,
Jr.
just
and
from the
Chris
memes
Evans were
alone,
higher,
I think.
though.
Just so we can get like a better picture of like, oh, this person's definitely A+ or A. Could you explain some B's?
Some B-list celebrities?
Yeah, maybe even
Yes.
some C's.
A B-list celebrity right now, Britney Spears.
Paris Hilton.
That's
No.
hard. That's hard.
B
I
is
think-
hard. B is hard. I think most people talk about A or C.
Yeah, I think another B-list celebrity, Sam Smith, or is he A-list?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. That's tough.
That's hard. I want to say like Blake Shelton, but I feel like he's A-list in terms of like country.
No, I think he's a B. I think
I
he's
think Blake
he's
Shelton's a
probably
B. But I think
Oh,
you're
you know,
always
Yes,
surprised
I'm not
about
in the
how
country
famous-
world though.
Do you
Yeah,
think?
we're
country
always
world.
surprised about
What do you
how
think about
famous
the
they are.
young people? What about like Saoirse Ronan, Chalamet? Do you think they're B? or
Chalamet's A.
Chalamet's A.
I think
Ronan-
Saoirse is a problem. A
Ronan's
too.
bottom 50% A.
Yeah, I think Chalamet and Saoirse are like tied. They're
Yeah.
You know who's a B-list
rising
celebrity?
together. Zendaya. Who's Zendaya?
A.
Sorry,
Zendaya's
okay.
A.
You know who's B?
Who?
Rainn Wilson.
Mm,
Yeah. That's
He's
good.
like it's like very very famous role. At one point was A, but like hasn't done anything since really, and is
Yeah.
like not like conventionally attractive. I mean, he's attractive
Correct.
to me, but just like conventionally speaking.
I think you can say a lot of YouTubers are B-list celebrities. I think PewDiePie could be considered a B-list celebrity.
I think he's B, because like
Is
most
there
parents
any-
would be like, "What? Who's
Yeah.
that guy?"
Is there any A-list YouTuber?
No, PewDiePie would be the highest, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe Jake and Logan Paul at the height of their careers.
Yeah,
Maybe I think still maybe B. I think
Just
like
in
being
terms
on
of
YouTube.
infamy, though. Just in terms of infamy.
I think
there was a point
Logan-
where everyone knew who Logan Paul was
That's
because
true.
he filmed a dead body.
Yeah, that's true. But I
B-list
think
is hard.
podcasters are C list.
I think, so Joe Rogan could be a B-list.
because he's
Even-
very
Yeah,
high.
yeah, I
maybe
think he's a B.
podcast.
Even maybe an A-list just because of how many people listen.
Yeah.
I think most newscasters are B. Anderson Cooper.
I agree. Yeah,
I think like Eric Andre is a solid B.
I think so too. Just internet.
Like comedians can be like B to C range.
Yeah, I think internet and like comedians. Like I think Dave Chappelle was A. It probably still is A. Louis C.K. who his name is tarnished. Now he's F, but at a certain point he was A.
He was A.
Yeah.
I would say like some other solid A list. It's just fun to name them. Amy Poehler, solid A. Tina Fey, Will Ferrell, solid.
What
A.
about Aubrey Plaza? I think she's a B. Yeah.
I think she's a B.
Good B. Yeah.
Yeah. You just really have to look for like supporting cast on like TV shows for B.
That's true. I'm trying to think.
Aaron Paul, a good B.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but yeah, that's my.
Even Bryan Cranston, I think, might be.
Bryan Cranston now is a B at a certain point.
Yeah,
like in Breaking Bad times, he was an A. Yeah. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Daniel Radcliffe? A plus.
I think I feel like he's famous.
I think it's just an A. I think just forever an A. Honestly,
forever an A.
Because now that we've kind of talked about like cultural relevancy, like Harry Potter will always be culturally relevant, and I don't see them remaking the movies.
No, never.
I don't think ever. I mean, J.K. Rowling is kind of...
J.K. Rowling sucks balls. I hate her.
Really sucking lately, but it's... The original movies and books are loved so much by so many people, despite like her now.
Yeah.
She was like cool at one point.
Yes.
But I think he'll forever be an A for that, but I don't think our kids' generation will know the actor's name if they see the movie.
And that's fair. I was thinking about this. I don't think Mark Hamill is A+, but I think at a certain point he was.
Yeah.
I think that's very simple.
In the
but he'll just
Harry Potter and Mark Hamill.
But 70s, and I still think that he's an A. Like I think people know who he is.
Okay, I'm kind of conceding. I think it's fair to give people a forever spot on A. I think the definition of A+ is tough to give someone a forever.
I think
spot
A+ is like, I don't think anyone's
except
forever
presidents.
an A+. I don't think
presidents. Well,
Jesus.
I guess Jesus is forever an A+. That's someone who I was going to say. Jesus is and always will be an A+. I think.
Would Hitler be?
I think.
Can you give Hitler an A+ forever?
I think Hitler probably always is an A+ celebrity as well. I think, but I'm going to take back the president thing because like Grover Cleveland.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
But yeah, that's okay.
No.
So what?
I think it's only like 3 or 4 A+ presidents.
I like. Who do you think is going to transition from? Who's the next person? Let's do some predicting. Who do you think is going to be the next A+? Who's an A right now? Who's going to be an A+?
I think if you would call Harry Styles an A, he will be an A+.
Just because of acting, he's going to start doing movies.
No, just because of his music career. Also, Dua Lipa.
I don't know about Harry Styles. I feel like he might just do his own thing.
Okay.
Like he might just do what he wants to do and like is kind of over doing the popular stuff.
I've got 2.
Plus he's going to age.
Yeah.
I've got Robert Pattinson and then Billie Eilish. I think they're going to be A+.
Billie Eilish is a good call.
I think Billie Eilish was A+ at the height of her bad guy fame.
Was she A+? I don't think so.
I think just an A.
Okay. Those are fair guesses too. Woolsey, do you have any?
I was trying to think of sports who could rise up.
I was going to say this. Is Chris Paul a B? Like I feel like
I think a lot of basketball players are B. I think there are only a few that are A. I think Steph and KD are maybe A's. I think most of the rest are B's.
Yeah. I think honestly Giannis is an A too. He's not an A+ because
no, Giannis isn't an A+.
I think he might even be a B.
I think Steph is the player that's closest to A+.
Yeah.
That is an A+. Just because if you walk down the street, I think the 2 players that people are most likely to know are LeBron James and Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I think future of the NBA. I mean, obviously, I want to say Luka would go from B to A, but I don't think he'll ever be A+ unless he because I don't even think I don't even think there'll be anyone as famous as Michael Jordan or LeBron James, even if they break their records.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say that Michael Jordan is still an A+, I think.
Yeah, I think
If you ask anyone, like,
I think he
who
might
is a
have
famous basketball player, they would say Michael Jordan.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you think Zion would be an A at some point?
I think Zion has enough hype and had enough hype out of high school. I don't think he had LeBron James level hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a B.
He's a B right now. I agree.
I think Zion is a B.
I feel like the next NBA player
Ja could be an A
Yeah.
at some point.
is
It's
it's
super flashy.
Yeah.
it's going to be an American. Like the only A plus.
Yeah, that's
basketball player,
true.
It's going to be an American. It can't. Like
can't
I feel like
be-
it can't be a European player. I don't think.
I think Luka's
don't
the
think,
closest thing will come. That'll come, if not becoming an A. I think
Yeah.
Luka might.
Yeah, and it's definitely not going to be Jason Tatum or something like that.
No, yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
No, I don't care.
Too much locker room drama.
Okay, so now it's time to move into the hottest take award.
Wait. Did we agree or disagree?
Woolsey disagreed.
You disagreed with yourself, so I can't.
I disagree with myself.
I can't
What
back
are you
that up.
saying, Ronak?
I already disagreed.
I was going to agree. I think.
Okay.
I just think he's got enough cash that he can do whatever he wants, and that makes him.
That's just all that
Cash
matters.
doesn't make you A plus, though.
What?
Huh? Okay, hottest take time. We'll all restate our takes. Mine was that Daniel Radcliffe is and forever will be an A plus list celebrity. Woolsey, what are you thinking? What's your take?
Oh, my take was that you should put ice in your milk because it makes it colder.
And then my take was that why were mittens invented, and also keep mittens in the kitchen.
Okay, and we'll vote quickly. We'll start with Ronak, then go to Woolsey, then me. 3, 2, 1, go.
Woolsey.
Ronak.
Ronak. And Ronak wins.
Ooh.
Another one on the
I almost-
board.
That was
boy.
close. That was close for me. That was close between Woolsey and Ronak. But Ronak, you're
I have a
even
commanding
further in the lead. Yeah, you're up 2 on me and Tanner. Ronak has 6. Me and Tanner have 4.
What can
All
I
right.
say? I come
Thanks.
correct.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. Let's see. There's some outro stuff. I think this week we're going to try to get a collective vlog going on the Mountain Men channel. We'll see. So look out for that on Mountain Men Vids. You can catch Hot Takes, High Stakes highlights on the Plump Goose Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't go on Facebook, though. What were we going to say, Ronak?
Rate and review the podcast.
Oh, yeah. We only have 7 ratings on Apple Podcasts, we realized. And that's a little bit surprising, judging by how there are about 9 people on the podcast.
I listen on Spotify.
Well,
Is that a hot take that I listen to podcasts on Spotify?
that would be a warm-up take, I think.
Okay.
That was a good one take.
I think that could be a new segment. It didn't go
Take is
great
fine.
this time, but it could be.
We call it defrosting.
The thaw.
The thought.
So yeah, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. If you want to see the Hot Takes leaderboard, go to plumpgoose.co and go to the Hot Takes High Stakes page. We have
See me
leaderboard.
at the top.
Yeah, see
me
Ronak
at
at
the
the top.
peak.
All of our hottest takes are on there, listed. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday. Adios. I hope you're enjoying the video podcasts.
No.
I think they're cool.
Here's a secret. Only podcast viewers will know how many fingers I'm holding up right now.
Okay, you just changed. So is that the final one right there?
This is no. Okay, wait.
Okay, is that the final
All
one?
right, final answer.
Okay, final answer.
Why would
Is
you
it,
hold up?
wait, is it addition or is it the like
Yeah.
or
Are
is
you
it a double digit?
reaffirming that it's one of your hands?
So
Is it a double digit number or is it addition? Or is
okay,
it
wait. So I'm gonna mute myself on Zoom. I'm
Okay.
gonna hold it up and I'm gonna speak. So you have to watch the video. You have to watch the video to see how many fingers I'm holding up.
okay.
But then you have to listen to the podcast, to the audio of my speaker, to hear what hand is the one that you're actually counting. So
If they're this far, they're not going to switch platforms.
this is called
Also,
user
Ronak, I can
engagement.
just cut out your audio. You don't have to mute yourself.
Okay. Cut this out.
Okay. Is it our or your?
Your-
That hurt my mind.
So
Okay,
cut that
thanks.
out. You're gonna cut that out.
Yeah, I'll cut it out.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone. This is
Oh, in
Hot
the
Take
review,
High
in your
Stakes.
review, comment how many fingers I was holding up.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We'll treat the reviews as comments. Also, YouTube comments. Comment.
Oh, yeah.
Comment below who you think had the hottest take. Maybe we can get some Twitter polls going. For who you think had the hottest take. Oh, well, lots of ideas. But let's all give a sign off at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh no.
Bye.
Ciao.
Plump Goops Podcast.